Hmm. We're going to see how this turns out because I feel like sitting down and see what flows through my head. That actually should be centered. Tired. It's 4/7/13. Business opportunities always seem to be around. It's probably a good thing. I checked one out. One of the new guys asked me to check out Legal Shield. It's a very good concept. It does work. Um, but in my position, I don't have much use for it. It had the typical video flow of how this, that, and the other thing, wouldn't it be nicer, yeah, of course. That's that's all standard now. It's like cookie cutter. I kind of look for something to be, yeah, that ain't usually good either. Too quick ain't good and too long ain't good. It's got to be somewhere in the middle. Still waiting for my registration and plate back. It wouldn't matter if I hadn't fucked it up. So I ain't doing that twice. I can't even get the car fixed until I get that back. First I was waiting for money, and now I'm waiting for that stuff. And I'm gonna try and build a really cool garden. But I got a family of groundhogs that live right across the road. They make a living there because nobody goes there. But the people mow the lawn every couple of weeks or whatever it needs to be. I don't care if they're over there, just don't come on my land, right? So I'm hoping that solar powered sonic repellers. I got one, but I don't know if it works because I can't hear it, right? I do know the light don't come on like it's supposed to. Probably, if that don't work, it's probably dead. That's why I got it for half price from Dollar General. It was a lot easier to dream than it is to do. Because if I actually do get something done, I don't want those critters crossing the street and eating my stuff again. I already got a mouse that tried to eat all my stuff. I grew lettuce last year. He ate it, or they ate it. They don't eat tomatoes. Tomatoes are very repellent. So I'm going to put tomato plants around my garden on the outside. So hopefully it'll block the crabbers from eating my stuff. I know I could get a book on how to do everything naturally. I just don't really feel inclined to spend $12 for it. It's a good deal, though. I mean, seriously. I'll figure it out myself. I was even thinking about getting a .22 caliber rifle and fucking blow them away from my own yard. Put a scope on it. You're dead. You ain't coming over my lawn and stealing my stuff. I'll just shoot you in your own territory. Good thing they're animals, wild. I don't mind the birds. I like the birds. They don't mess with my stuff. Mainly visual value, and for them it's one meal. I get more. They might they would differ, of course. I get a lot more out of looking at it than eating it at the moment, at least in terms of vegetables. Even fruit, I like growing it. I got pineapples in the blender at the moment. Make pineapple shake. Oh man. I made a sweet Lebanon and ham and provolone cheese sandwich for tomorrow. It's cool because I don't really have to chew it too much. You bust it up and it goes down. Yeah, I'm not a crocodile either. I'm just dealing with it. Crocs got big teeth, but they ain't got nothing to chew with. I have no idea how well this is coming through. I know I look pretty small in that mirror reflection. I hope it's acceptable. Kind of feel like the guy in the old video about a set of speakers or something. Blown away. He's sinking in the seat. I'm glad it ain't staying cold. I don't have to have gloves on. I still got a hat on. It's still not exactly warm. It'd be tough to knock out all that noise, man. I had to put up a big fucking barrier. I can deal with it. I just want a privacy fence for the backyard. actually make quota today. For a pizza driver, quota is $10 an hour in tips, and you're $1 less than minimum wage. I work from 11 to 5. I made $52. So I'm $8 off quota. I really can't wait to get the Insight back on the road because it gets such great mileage. Subaru and Neon, $20 a day. Insight, probably 10 or less. I like this room actually. Much more can be done with it. I lived in a room smaller than this most of my life. Supposed to be a trash can there. I was just looking at the bowl picture and then I was thinking about Shan. What a spirit to try and hold back. I had to try. I was never willing to beat him because he was successful at being smart. There was nothing that he couldn't figure out in terms of how to get to where he wanted to be in that box. I'll just tear through the door. I'll bust through it if you're out front. And I never punished him because that just said he was determined. And I always respected that. Yeah, for the first 2 weeks when we gave him back to nature, we were. Considering Diane wanted him gone, I would have accepted him back. But we just were sure that he was going to figure out how to get back. If he's dead, he's at home, and I'll see him when I die. Don't forget things that I love. Same with Buddy, too. Neighbors would be very upset, but if I had Champ and I didn't think I was going to get in trouble, I said, go get him. Those groundhogs would be dead meat. You would find that trash him. And if he was in the wild, he'd eat him because that's what he does. He brought the one that he trashed, that was trashing my last garden in the city. I was trying to grow melons. I was doing a good job, and one of those fuckers found out about it and ate them. I blocked off all the exits. And I let Champ out. I ran on the car. I turned the car on. It's going to get hot. Yeah, he ran. That was it. Champ took him out. I still didn't get in my garden, but he didn't get to do it again. Hard to grow a garden in the city. You can. I've seen it, but it's hard. At least for me. I wasn't successful. I gotta get a beer, and I gotta pee. I don't know how long this has been on. It just does what it does. So do I. much of a difference. During the summer, though, with that big maple protecting me, well, it's also a danger, but it provides a hell of a lot of shade. This is actually cool even in the summer, even in the hottest 100 degrees. I made it there last year. In the 3 months of summer, this is always comfortable. I gotta know how much time is left. 3 minutes. Alright. 3 minutes is 3 minutes. One of the questions that I actually saw on the wall was, how long do you think it would be until E.T. actually said hello to all, not just to a few? Like, hopefully in the next 10 years. I'd actually like to be there. But nonetheless, one of them said, yeah, they already been here. Yeah, I believe that. I do. But when is it safe for them and us to know the other exists? They know we exist. We just ain't ready to comprehend that they do. Considering the distances they gotta travel, they can't give you much. They might be able to give you some knowledge, but that's about it. Can't steal nothing from them except their lives. Well, it's going to end on its own here shortly, but I'm just going to close out myself. You know, nobody's watching now. Maybe someday somebody will. And if you can deal with what I have to share under the circumstances, if I can do it now, I can do it anytime. It's just got to be feeling right. Pretty much. What do you feel like when you're born? What do you feel like when you die? What do you feel like when you're in the middle? And what do you do with it? Yeah. Love y'all. Yeah. Good night.